Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. I am Tanya Subatang, CFA Society San Francisco's Director of Membership and Programming. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar, Future-Proof Your Business, Strategies to Elevate Your Marketing and Conversions in 2024. Now, a quick note to remember before we start. You will be muted for the event, so we will encourage you to use the Q&A box to type in your question. We will monitor the questions closely and endeavor to answer as many as possible. This event will be recorded and we will share the replay. Now, at this time, I'd like to introduce and turn it over to today's moderator, Raj Manghani, Managing Partner at TopSeeds LLC and a CFA Society San Francisco Board of Directors.
Thank you, Tanya, and welcome everyone. Appreciate you taking the time to join today's webinar, which is a relevant topic for anyone in the financial services industry looking to grow their book of business, either as a financial advisor, wealth advisor, or simply, financial sales. Our presenter today is Susan Danzig. Susan is the CEO and founder of Susan Danzig LLC, a business development firm for financial services professionals. Susan is a business development expert who has been consulting with financial services professionals for over 20 years. She helps her clients with organic as well as inorganic growth strategies. Susan's specialty lies in brand refinement, messaging, and strategic marketing to help elevate a business's value for growth as well as potential future sale. Susan is a graduate of the University of Colorado in Boulder. She's also a certified business development expert, as well as a certified master neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. Susan has made several contributions to the financial services community and has also served as a board member of the National Financial Planning Association. So it's my great pleasure to introduce and welcome Susan to our session. In terms of the roadmap today, Susan will walk you through a presentation for the next 25 to 30 minutes or so. We encourage you, as Tanya mentioned, to pose any questions. I will come back on in the last 10 minutes and have a conversation with Susan, incorporating your questions as well as any other relevant topics. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Susan.
Thank you, Raj, and thank you for the opportunity to be here with you all today. Okay, so let me share my screen here, and we're off and running. Well, as everybody knows, the future of business is evolving rapidly, and to thrive, we must be equipped with the right systems for growth. So what we're going to do today, my intention for you all is to have some insight about what you need to do to get in place in order to get your business development strategy in place for 2025 and beyond. So let's jump in. All right, and just one other thing that I'd like to share in terms of my bio is my big why for being a financial services professional myself and focused on the business development focus for you all is really to support and empower advisors in their business growth strategies. I get excited when people are producing results and achieving their goals. All right, next, I'd like to talk to you about assessing your marketing status. It's especially useful to successfully attract ideal clients and really integrate your experience and credentials to grow your business. You really want to take stock of where you're on track with your marketing strategy, which tools you need to incorporate to build a thriving practice, and the areas you can address to create a breakthrough with growth and revenue. So as we go through today's training, you'll identify marketing tools and strategies to incorporate into your marketing plan for 2025. If you haven't taken the Financial Advisor Success Quiz, I invite you to take it. It takes only about 4 minutes, It's free. It's my gift for you today for being here. And the results of the quiz will be emailed to you and will provide some specificity with regard to where you're at in terms of benchmarking specific areas of your business development plan. And, that will give you the gap of where you are versus where you want to get to and what you might need to get in place to make that happen. So I'm here to help you future-proof your business. And what do I mean by this? I'll set you up with core marketing strategies to systematize ongoing business development. That's the focus. So today we're going to talk about refining your brand, defining your ideal client and areas of expertise, developing powerful marketing messages to attract your ideal clients, creating a 90-day marketing plan incorporating referrals, LinkedIn, and more, generating opportunities to attract and onboard new clients efficiently. And this webinar is completely designed to be a hands-on training, so feel free to take notes. So now let's talk about how to clarify your ideal client. It's critical to define your ideal client as it will give you greater power, focus, and ultimately results with your marketing strategy. So how would you define your group, your ideal client? The more focused your market, the easier it'll be for you to establish yourself as a credible expert amongst that group. Are they high-tech CEOs? Are they affluent families? Are they family-owned businesses? Doctors, entrepreneurs, or a different ideal client group altogether? You'll want to consider some of these areas as you look at narrowing your focus. Their profession and industry, their net worth and annual income, where they live, their passions and charities. And also you want to really be clear about what are their fears, challenges, and their goals. What I find is oftentimes as people have been in the industry for a while, in the beginning, they do some of this work to think things through. And then as they've been in the industry for longer, they'll actually have an opportunity to be more clear about who really is their ideal client. And oftentimes they haven't updated their marketing message along the way or their marketing strategy. So this is a great time, especially as we're already in September, to jump in and start to do this work. So one other frequently asked question I get is, aren't most people looking for the same ideal client? And after strengthening your marketing foundation, you're going to see that you're not all focused on the same clients. In fact, this provides an opportunity to create referral partners. Oftentimes with financial advisors, they have different investment minimums for their ideal clients. Could be working with executives with 5 million or more in AUM, and others might have smaller minimums, and they could actually have a really nice referral relationship. So for some of you, you'll also be working with businesses of different sizes, different industries, and there will be opportunities to create referral partners within that group as well. So the bottom line is having an ideal client profile can dramatically increase your ability to attract your most profitable and right fit clients. Here's an example. One of my clients was focused on the affluent market, although he never shared the specifics of that profile with clients, with prospects, or with his centers of influence. He was a little bit shy about all of that. So through the process of creating his ideal client profile, and this is important, communicating it effectively to his clients, prospects, and COI, his business actually increased by 15% in just 4 months. Next, you want to think about why should your ideal prospects choose you? To position yourself as the go-to expert they've been seeking, you need to articulate your area of specialization. And this includes your education, credentials, your background and experience, your unique understanding of their situation and their goals, and your inspiration for your area of specialization. And one example here is lately I've been working with a lot of advisors from the Exit Planning Institute who've gone through their exit planning credentialing program, and they weren't sure how to integrate the new education and the new credential into their marketing and their client attraction situation. So in order to do that, again, it's like when you're incorporating something new, go back to the ideal client profile and then look at how you stand out and look at what you might need to fine tune with regard to your area of specialization too. Okay, next I'll share with you how to create your slogan. Your slogan in a succinct way articulates what you do and for whom. This is not a 30-second commercial. I'm oftentimes asked, is your slogan the same as the 30-second commercial? It is not. This is a 5-second open the door response when somebody asks you what you do. And oftentimes you get these questions wherever you are in your life and also at specific types of meetings. You might be at a networking group. You might be at an association meeting. This is a really short and sweet way to respond to that question. So where you want to think about this also is, what are you hearing from your ideal prospects that they think they need from you with regard to your services? What are the common denominators as it relates to your area of specialization? Do they think they need a financial plan, investment management, portfolio management, estate planning for their heirs, or is it something different that they're saying? So again, the formula is what you do and for whom, which is the slogan. Here are a few examples, okay, in terms of how to articulate it. Investment and tax management for high-tech CEOs. Financial and estate planning for affluent families. Financial advisor for family-owned businesses. Retirement and business succession planning for doctors. Here's an example. I worked with a financial advisor who wanted to develop the succession planning component of his service. He's an avid golfer, and many of his ideal clients and professional network also enjoy the game, so we include golf in his marketing strategy. He reaches out to clients who are business owners and asks them to invite business owner friends to play a round of golf. He also includes allied professionals, the CPAs, estate planning attorneys, bankers, etc., for networking purposes. After a round of golf, he treats them to refreshments at the clubhouse. And this experience really helps solidify and reinforce his business relationships in a comfortable, seemingly effortless way. His slogan is financial and succession planning for business owners. His marketing plan is designed around developing relationships in an enjoyable way to support the expansion of his business. Score. This financial advisor has an authentic appreciation for his target market of business owners and truly enjoys serving them. So he values the opportunity to connect with them in a way socially due to their shared interests. So he's strategic in choosing his target market so that in the end he can meet his own goals and support a win-win relationship. Everyone enjoys the game, looks forward to these events, and so it takes the work out of network. So now I ask you to consider, who are your ideal clients and what might be some fun and favorite ways that you can connect with them and attract more of them as clients. Developing your brand. Your brand attracts clients in need of your unique value in a way that appeals to their needs, goals, and their challenges. Your uniquely branded system ties together your ideal client profile, your area of specialization, your slogan, and your menu of service. I find that getting this piece in place, your uniquely branded system, is a game changer for advisors. If you can articulate all of this well and succinctly, you will be more effective in attracting ideal clients, when you're out prospecting, and as well in terms of enhancing your referral partnerships. If you can communicate who you serve, how you stand out, and how you serve them, then it does tend to support the client attraction process. So if you don't have this in place, I invite you to carve out some time in your calendar coming up so that you can get it in place to really set yourself up to win. All right, once you have your uniquely branded system in place, it's time to create your 90-day marketing plan. And to do this, here are the top client attraction marketing channels that are proven to yield results. Referrals, both client and professional. Networking, typically where your ideal clients are or around folks who can refer you to those people. Digital marketing, this includes social media, email campaigns. This helps build your online presence and search engine optimization, which makes it easier to find you online. Associations and events, direct response marketing, public relations. With that in the mix, your stellar reputation and credibility makes attracting ideal clients even easier. I advise most clients to add one marketing channel to their plan at a time. And if you already have an established business and have already incorporated many of these channels into your current system, consider adding some of these strategies. A list of clients with whom to discuss referrals is one way to start on the path toward generating client referrals. Networking events to attend and generate leads, whether they're in person or online, is great, especially if you don't have a large client base already. Setting meetings with professionals and strategic alliance to build out your professional network. Sending newsletters out to stay top of mind amongst your clients, prospects, your COIs, and writing 2 blog posts per month to keep top of mind and position yourself as an expert. So why build a 90-day marketing plan? It helps you and your team stay focused and in action. And in your business, it's so easy to get distracted and start focusing on delivering when the new clients come in and, with all the actions that you need to take to maintain your business. So it determines frequency. It aids you in making decisions about where to invest your time and money. It also enables you to delegate and outsource some of the pieces. Strengthens your marketing focus and your confidence in achieving your goals as you're seeing that what you're implementing is working with your marketing strategy. And it supports accountability, which typically does well for all of us human beings. All right, once you have established your marketing channels, then you plan to integrate them into a 90-day marketing plan designed to reach your goals. You want to select 3 to 5 marketing channels that align with attracting your ideal clients. You want to build out your 90-day marketing plan from there. And then you want to create your 90-day goals based upon your 12-month growth goals. And the reason behind that is that I find that typically when advisors do planning for the year, oftentimes something comes up, they might get off course with their focus in the marketing. And with a 90-day plan, it's easier to maintain the focus on a weekly basis. And also it's easier to take stock of a smaller plan with 90 days and rejigger it for the following quarter, okay? So you want to outline your weekly action items, which are ultimately broken down into daily tasks, and definitely consider delegating some of the marketing tasks. Here's an example of my 90-day marketing plan. On the left, you'll see we have 4 marketing channels. In the interest of time, I'll just share it. They're mapped out with a frequency by week across so that you can be clear each step of the way to achieve your goals. And, one of the annual goals, for instance, is 12 referrals from professionals. And so the first channel is really built out well to connect with professionals, to meet professionals, to share your uniquely branded system with your professionals so that you have a step-by-step system to connect with them more frequently, get them the information that they need in order to be great referral partners for you. And so that's the value of building out a 90-day marketing plan, is really having a clear, systematized action plan for moving your marketing forward. All right. Next, we're going to talk about how do you enhance your professional referral network. And there are two channels I want to focus on right here. The first are with the professionals that you already know, okay? These include the ones that you have your established relationships with, your CPAs, your estate planning attorneys, your realtors, perhaps others in the industry that are doing something different that your clients could be benefiting from. These are professionals who may or may not be serving your existing clients and or potential ideal clients. So you want to take the opportunity to offer to be a resource to these professionals to further build out your connection and credibility factor with them, with the intent to create really active, abundant referral relationships. And next, you want to get an introduction to professionals who serve your existing clients. These include the professionals who already advise your ideal clients that you don't yet have a relationship with. So in your client intake forms, if you're not already asking which other professionals your clients are using in order to meet their goals that are in conjunction with how you're helping them, it's time to start doing that. And that will make it easier to get connected. So example, the professionals that are already serving those clients, it's like, the same ones as in the previous slide, your allied professionals, your CPAs, your other financial advisors, business attorneys, real estate agents. And the reason for this is twofold. You're showing your existing clients that you appreciate and trust their opinion. And you're also opening the door to another level of business building networking. So you don't yet know these professionals personally, so definitely ask for an introduction. And chances are that if your current clients are happy with them, they're going to be more than happy to schedule a meeting with you, and it'll be easier to get the conversation and the relationship going. So definitely, I'd invite you to start doing that if you're not doing that already. And then next, you want to optimize your existing book of business. So by this, what I mean is you already have some great clients, so you want to optimize those relationships. And, professionals oftentimes think that if they've explained the breadth of their services once, their clients remember all aspects of their uniquely branded system, so to speak, all of the things that they're delivering and that can add value to their clients. And unfortunately, this is not the case. So what do we do about that? Well, you want to talk with them. You want to update them on your uniquely branded system. And you want to be looking out before your meeting as to what else you can be doing for your client and how else you can be supporting them so that you're having a greater opportunity to provide your services to each of your clients. And next, you want to look for opportunities in your review meetings too. And one of the ideas that I like to share with clients is after your review meetings with your clients, once you've completed it and addressed their needs, then ask them what they're taking away from your meeting. And this is a great way to have them be present to the value that they're receiving from their relationship with you. And also, it's a great way for you to realize exactly what they're finding valuable with your relationship. And what I need to tell you is oftentimes it's actually different than what you thought it would be. So I challenge you to ask your next client when you're in a meeting with them what they're taking away from the meeting. And as well, once you have had the opportunity to connect with them, you want and share your uniquely branded system, you definitely want to, always ask for introductions. Share your enthusiasm about growing your business. let them know how many new clients you have space for in the coming year. And if they're your ideal clients, let them know, you really enjoy serving them. You'd welcome the opportunity to work with their friends and colleagues and would appreciate an introduction. So with that, let's look at future-proofing your business. And I really want to thank you for attending today's meeting. And I'm honored to help you achieve your goals. And so if you have any additional questions after the Q&A, which is just a few minutes, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to answer your questions. So with that, I can take your questions.
Great. Thank you, Susan. That was clear, concise, and compelling. So really appreciate you walking through this. We've had some great questions come through. So I'm going to just go through the questions if that's okay with you.
Perfect.
So the first one I have here, and again, thank you for all those who submitted questions. Keep them coming. We have, I think, another 15 minutes or so. The first question, Susan, is how important is an online presence beyond your website? For example, LinkedIn posts for ultra high net worth families. Should they prefer not to see your investment views plastered everywhere because it is exclusive?
Okay, so a couple of things. Great question. I say it's critical, actually, because in this day and age, where people are looking for you, once they've perhaps been referred to you, and if they want to check you out, they're looking at your website, and they're typically looking at LinkedIn. As well, the other professionals who might be introducing you to a client, what are they looking at? They're looking at your website to see how you stand out and to make sure that you're the one that they should be referring their client to. And they're also looking at your LinkedIn profile. Years ago, it used to be if you had your website, you were good to go. Now we need a website and we need a digital marketing strategy as well, so that we're standing out in exactly the way that we want to stand out to attract the ideal clients that you're looking for. And what was that last piece of the question that you asked?
Sure. So the second part of the question is, shouldn't they prefer not to see your investment views plastered everywhere because it is exclusive?
Okay. So in terms of the investment news, does that mean that they're actually getting...
Sorry, investment views.
Investment views. Well, actually, here's the thing. Your investment views, I invite people to have your views be exactly like your uniquely branded system, exactly related to how you're helping your top clients. What are those areas of their financial strategy that you are specifically helping them with? How do you stand out as an expert in those specific investment views and in the ways that you serve them? And, while I understand it may seem like it's, all these details are being plastered on LinkedIn, so to speak, not everybody is looking at your LinkedIn as much as you might think. And again, when a new prospect is referred to you, they're probably looking at their LinkedIn, if they're looking at your LinkedIn, for the first time. So, hence the need to keep it going in terms of the digital marketing strategy and keeping your website updated. So no, I invite you to embrace your brilliance and keep sharing your investment views.
Love that, Susan. Next question. Is there a rule of thumb on how much time a financial advisor should ideally allocate between the various activities that you outlined in the 90-day plan, like referrals, attending networking events, and the like? So is there a rule of thumb on time allocation to maximize chances of conversion?
Yes. And this time frame, ideally it's 2 hours a day, and, if that just seems like well beyond what you can do, try to get 1 hour a day in. And if you can't do it every day, you could actually put it into chunks so that you're getting these things handled throughout. And you don't personally have to be taking action on every item. if you have a team. If you have a team, you can engage your team to schedule the meetings with the clients to be able to have the conversation around your uniquely branded system to get connected to their referrals. Of course, you can add these pieces into the review meetings. Oftentimes, one of the things that I'm asked is, in terms of timing and how much time it takes, it's actually quicker than you think, because when you get these pieces in place, you're adding it frequently to existing meetings with clients. And of course, for advisors who've been in the business for a while, typically the client referral channel is the top referral channel. So it's really about enhancing the systems for yourself so that you're ready to go when you're in those meetings. In terms of the other channels, you can, your digital marketing channel doesn't need to take a lot of time. And you could actually, you can use AI to support your conversation. Of course, you're going to want to, you always have to review anything that you do so that it's exactly your view, and it's compliant as well. And it's really what you want to say before you post it. But then beyond that, networking groups and the other things that you're doing in terms of balancing time management, look at where you're going to have the biggest opportunity to achieve your goals and start blocking out the time. And if you need more time, look and see how you can free it up. There's a lot of ways to free up time as well. In an ideal world, you'll have, 10 hours a week that you can devote to marketing. If that seems completely crazy, that's an opportunity to look at your time management and look at maybe how to rejigger things and where it's possible to get started so that over time you can create the results that you're looking for.
Great, thanks, Susan. So another follow-up question on the digital marketing channel. How often should one post on LinkedIn?
Once a week is not too much to post on LinkedIn, and it, at least twice a month, but I would say once a week keeps your community on LinkedIn seeing you, keeps you visible. And it's a good idea to carve out, 10, 15 minutes a day so that you can get onto LinkedIn and see what's going on. You can respond to people who are responding to a post that you might have. You can connect with somebody that you've met, and you can follow people to just kind of keep your LinkedIn profile updated. And one quick strategy in terms of building your connections, wherever you're out and about, where you think that your ideal clients are and you want to build connections, be sure and collect those business cards or take pictures of them on your phone or whatever you're doing nowadays. And when you get back to the office, reach out to connect with people on LinkedIn, and then take that connection offline, meet them on Zoom if you want to save some time, or in person, to really build out the relationship from their old style.
Thank you, Susan. Shifting gears to defining your target client, are there generational considerations, like, baby boomers versus Gen X, millennials, Gen Zs, that a financial advisor should be mindful of in developing their target client segment, giving varying views towards wealth creation as well as preservation across generations? If so, how should these considerations get factored in?
Yes, that's a great question. Well, as you're looking to, basically expand your book, bring in the next generation, so to speak, it is good to be aware of what their thinking is. And not everybody in each generation thinks the same. So while, of course, there are some generalities, you also want to be present for each person that you're connecting with and really get to know them and what they're looking for, what their goals are. And one of the things that you want to keep in mind as you're connecting, perhaps oftentimes clients are connecting first with their client who have the kids that they want to meet, and then they're getting introduced along the way that way. I would invite you to ask some questions with your clients about their kids and what their thinking is and where they, what they would most appreciate about an opportunity to connect with you, and what would be most important to them. And, learn about their fears, challenges, and goals, because they might be very different from their parents.
Great. Thank you, Susan. You touched a little bit on AI earlier. So how can advisors utilize new technologies like artificial intelligence to maximize marketing and conversion potential?
Okay, well, of course, there is compliance. However, there's a whole lot that you can do in terms of AI, and especially in the digital marketing realm. It's like if you plug in, for instance, to ChatGPT that you want to write a blog post on, something specific with regard to your area of specialization, then you can write in bullet points as to exactly what you want your post to cover. And then you can tell ChatGPT to create a very interesting post with these details, and it'll create that post, within seconds. And then you can go back and you personally want to refine it yourself as if you're writing this. And so that you could change it into your own languaging, your own style, and of course, check it for accuracy. And that is one way to make it really quick. You could even, in terms, I suggested having one blog post per week. You could plug in 4 different topics for those blog posts and say, please create, 4 posts on this particular, on each of these topics for the next 4 weeks, and lay it out in a way where it'll be interesting, easy to read, and people will reach out to me as a result, and see what it says. And then from there, also, if you don't exactly like how it's, the tone, if it comes back with a different tone than you like, you can plug in all the same details, or you don't actually, let's stop that. You don't need to plug in any more details. You can just state, change the tone to a more casual tone, or to a more professional tone, or a tone so that if I'm meeting with a 28-year-old CEO of a tech firm, that would work well there. And then you can just see what it does. And it is pretty shocking to see, how well these different AI, software can do for us. So I invite you to play with it and see how it works, and see how it would benefit you, and where your comfort zone would be with it.
Great. Yeah, certainly more to come on this front, Susan. Thank you for that.
Sure.
We have more questions coming in. Keep them coming. The next question, do you have specific advice for creating a pipeline for ultra high net worth clients, 20 million plus, or is it essentially the same framework?
It's really the same framework. However, here's the thing. You, when you're working with whichever target market you're working with, whether it's next gen, whether it's the ultra high net worth, what you want to be doing is you want to be looking at your marketing plan. And in terms of client referrals, if the ultra high net worth is a group that you're pivoting to versus already completely in, let's say you have a few clients in that realm, you want to talk with those few clients, assuming they're ideal clients, and get their feedback in terms of which aspects of your services they most enjoy. You want to be sure and have your uniquely branded system in a format that you can easily articulate it. And you want to look at it and make sure that it really speaks to those ultra high net worth, and look and see if there's anything else that you might deliver too. Then from there, so you want to share it with your clients so they're clear on everything that you can provide, not only the things you're providing them, but to others as well. Sometimes there's different, sometimes people are focused on business owners, for instance, and professionals, so you can educate them on your target markets. Next, with regard to the ultra high net worth or a specific target market, again, you want to make sure that you have your allied professionals who are also serving the ultra high net worth, so that as you're referring your clients to people who are, in the comfort zone of serving somebody with 20 million or more in assets, right? That they're already doing that. You want to be comfortable that you're referring them to people who can well take care of them. And as you do that, then, there's a lot more opportunity for a win-win referral relationship as well. So really the framework is similar. You just need to make sure that all of the pieces of the framework are up-leveled to the group that you're working with. For instance, with professional referral networks, I had a client who in Napa who was going to a referral network that she was a part of for a few years. And when we started working together, she realized, you know what, they're great people, but I'm not getting ideal client referrals from there. So she stopped participating in that one, joined another one that were working with the higher net worth clients, and she started getting more ideal client referrals. So look at all of your systems and see what you need to do to up-level it to the level of business that you want to be serving.
Great. Thanks, Susan. The next question, the 90-day calendar seems like a powerful tool. How can a financial advisor scale the 90-day calendar to grow their business on an ongoing basis? Is it a series of 90-day calendars, or should you at some point consider a 180-day calendar, 360-day calendar? How should that work if you're looking to scale the 90-day calendar?
Great question. The design of the 90-day calendar, actually, I always have people start with their annual goals, and then the idea is to chunk it down into 90-day increments and clarify the marketing channels, and then to take stock along the way. And so the reason for the 90-day calendar is to give you the opportunity to do that, to take stock and to refine the calendar if it needs refining for the next quarter. Sometime once you get it refined, it's typically pretty static ongoingly. However, I find that when people are creating a 12-month calendar and life gets busy, sometimes they just stop using it if they haven't gotten back to it. So I like the 90-day calendar to keep you focused on a week-by-week basis, and also give you the opportunity to take stock along the way, so that for the next quarter, you're refreshing your 90-day calendar is how it's working.
Great. Thank you, Susan. We have 2 minutes, so let's try and get through a couple of more questions. You talked about optimizing your existing book of business. How many touch points at a minimum should you have with your existing clients on an annual basis?
You want to have at least 10 touch points, and those could be with your meetings. So for some people, they have annual meetings, some people have quarterly meetings. However, your touch points can also be, the birthday gift or the birthday card, or taking them out for a special birthday. These are really great things to do for those ideal clients, especially that you want to be replicating. And so one of the things I work with clients on is, determining who are your A, B, and C clients. And if you're looking like, for the person who is talking about higher net worth clients, if you're looking for all of your clients to be, in that level, kind of the top tier, that's one thing. But if you have multiple tiers of clients, I would invite you to determine how you're going to create the touch points. And some of the touch points could be these LinkedIn posts. Okay, so that's also the value of the post. If you have your clients on it, so they're seeing what you're thinking. And also the value there is, let's say they see something you posted before the next review meeting, and at their next review meeting, they're asking you about it. So it's supporting engagement too. But you definitely want to have consistent touches with your clients. That's a great way for them to learn more about you, but also to, maintain the connection, and it supports loyalty as well.
Super helpful. One more question, Susan. Say you're targeting ultra high net worth families. In your formal meeting to pitch your uniquely branded system, Is it better to have as many family members in that meeting as possible, or perhaps just one or two key members of the family, the decision makers? And if the answer is, you should have as many family members as possible, then how do you manage that? Because it can sometimes get unwieldy, right?
Well, I would say in the initial meeting, I would meet with the decision makers. And, really, it's going to be easier to build rapport with fewer people. And then as you're solidifying that aspect of the relationship and it's time to bring in others, I would invite you to ask, the decision makers, hey, is there anything that I need to know or that you think it would be beneficial for me to know before we meet with the extended family, and let them know your enthusiasm for meeting with the extended family. However, it'll be easier for you if you go into that meeting with the extended family, knowing exactly what's going on. If there's, does everybody get along well? Are there anything, does everybody have a similar perspective or not? The more you know before you go into the larger meeting, and the more that you've already established relationship and rapport, the better off you're going to be, and the higher the chance that you'll ultimately be able to take care of the family.
Thanks. Well, thank you, Susan. Looks like that's all the time that we have today.
Thank you.
Really
It's been a
appreciate your insights and for walking us through this, this brief training session. I'm sure you just scratched the surface. So to the audience, thank you for making the time, for attending. And as Susan mentioned, feel free to, reach out to her with any further questions, or if you would like to go deeper on this topic. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy, and as well as a good rest of your week. Bye-bye till our next session.
Thank you so much.